So let's talk LSU football next year. So basically, I think LSU kind of has things in place to have a good season next year. Usually coming off of a good year, when you're coming off of a good year and you have like some elite difference makers who had a down year, usually they have a better year next year. Like, for example, Harold Perkins, Mason Taylor, guys didn't have probably their best year this year, but they're coming back for their junior years. Usually after guys like that who have a down year, they usually bounce back. LSU kind of reminds me of Michigan. LSU and Michigan are kind of similar. And what I mean by that is I think even though LSU loses a bunch of guys, when you still have true difference makers like Harold Perkins, Mason Taylor, guys like that coming back, that makes a huge difference. So I think that's what's going to be key for LSU is having guys like that back. Will Campbell, too, another one. So you got Will Campbell, Mason Taylor, Harold Perkins. Those are three guys that a lot of people around the country would really kill to have on their team. Same with Michigan. Will Johnson, the defensive tackle, Mason Graham, Colston Loveland. Even though LSU, you lose Jaden Daniels, you lose Malik Neighbors, you lose a lot of guys that were key, Brian Thomas, guys that were key contributors in a main reason why your offense was so prolific and you won 10 games. But also at the same time, you got to be looking on the bright side of Harold Perkins could have a better year. He could have a better year not only than last year, but he could have a better year than his freshman year. Mason Taylor could not only have a better year than he had his sophomore year, but also have a better year than he had his freshman year. So you look at, even though LSU loses some key guys, a strong core nucleus of difference makers returning, I think will be really big for LSU football. So yeah, just kind of wanted to touch on that. Thanks for tuning in to Bayou Bengals. Make sure to stay tuned for more episodes and clips.